Look briefly at the conquest of Timur, and he's known as Timur, which actually comes from the term Timur the Lame because he had a messed up leg that caused him to limp. And so in Europe, he was known as Timur the Lame, and that got turned into Timurlane. And his real original name is just Timur. Timur is really the last of the great nomadic conquerors. It's the last time we see a major threat from a Central Asian nomadic conqueror. And he was kind of a self-made conqueror, rose up from poverty to gain power, and then goes on this massive conquest. And much like Genghis Khan, he unites these tribes in Central Asia and begins to conquer and conquers most of Persia and Afghanistan, part of the Golden Horde. But his conquests were all about wealth. And that's really the main thing he was interested in. And once he took over Persia, he even launches some raids into northern India. He actually defeats, on several occasions, the Sultanate of Delhi. But he didn't stay in northern India. He just kind of pillaged them for their wealth. But he was also very destructive, destroyed many cities, much like the Mongols would destroy entire cities and kill all of the inhabitants and create these huge pyramids made up of heads of the inhabitants of the city. And even more so than the Mongols, used terror as a key weapon in his conquest. And really wasn't interested in ruling. He was mostly consumed with plundering. And so overall, his empire was very short-lived. It really only lasted his reign. After his death, almost immediately, his heirs are going to divide the empire into smaller kingdoms. And unlike the Mongols, where we at least had some positives that came from their conquest, we don't really see that with Timur. There was little benefit of his conquest. There was no expansion of trade, and there was no protecting artists and scholars. And so Timur the Lame was really the last of the great threats from Central Asia.